Hello everyone, this is Dor. I'm here in Amsterdam. Today I wanted to talk to you about how to look bad. How to stop trying so hard to look good, and what can you do, and why do you even want to look bad? Like, what is it even about? So we put in our life so many energies about putting like these nice clothes and try not to make mistakes, trying to be perfect, trying to get a nice job, like not getting ridiculed by our friends, family, trying to be like these perfect, honorable, nice people that are fit themselves everywhere. We try to be adaptable to the environment around us, to not make mistakes, like to fall in the middle of the street, or to not look bad with like a pimple or like a stain on my pants or something. Like we're trying so hard, and these things take a lot of energy, right? It's like, how can I like keep myself under control all the time so I would look good? So where is this thing coming from actually? This thing comes from our conscious feelings or unconscious feelings, and it's about fear. We have this fear that we will be abandoned by society. We'll be left alone. Nobody wants to be our friend. Nobody wants us. And this is our fear. So this is why in our survival mechanism, in our nature, we try so hard to look good. And like, how are you, man? Everything is good, dude. I'm perfect. Like, or even if you say like it was a hard day, probably you're not gonna go into the details where you fucked up, where it's been really hard for you, when you almost fell down the stairs with all the things that you had in your hands. Just happened to me here in the hostel. So, and what I figure out that now I'm in this trip in Amsterdam, and like I really appreciate those moments when I look bad, because when I was home just now, I created this perfect bubble, this perfect egg around me, that everything is working smooth, like no room for errors, no room for mistakes, and everything is under control. And in this egg, there's almost no room for error. There's no room for other people. There's no light to be able to come in. And I have this story that a lot of us are living in this perfect world that we created for ourselves just to not look bad, because the fear of being abandoned, being ostracized outside society, being it's like red cross, like you're out, is too big. This fear is too big for us. So we do all these things, we create our little eggs, so it won't happen to us. So in the trip, while I see in this journey here in Amsterdam, in Netherlands, I realized that I can't control anything. I'm like, every day I find myself walk with like a lot of stuff in my hands, and like trying to open the room key, and like things falling in, and I overpay for things because I don't know where I can get them like in a normal price, so I overpay for a meal or crap or something. And I just like, I talk to people and it doesn't work. Like, I don't know how to really talk to them. I don't know how it's gonna work. And I kind of stay, like sometimes I stay alone. Like, I found myself one day in the hostel, like kind of alone, like what am I doing here in a place? I get to places that I don't really want to be there, but I didn't know, so I get there, and there's all these ways where I fuck up, you know. I miss the train, I forget stuff, I look bad, like I find myself walking in the street after the whole day that I was just walking and to explore the town, and I look in the mirror and I was like, oh my god, my hair was like this the whole day. There's so many ways that you can't control it. In this adventure, in this journey, you cannot control it. And it's actually beautiful. It's actually a treasure to be able to look bad, because there is this tension all the time that we don't feel in our day-to-day. If you're not in this adventure, there's this tension that it's like trying to hold on to everything. And I'm here to tell you in this video that you can choose something else. You don't have to try to look good all the time, especially if you have this nice girl or good boy box. So what is our box basically? It's a collection, accumulation that we gathered over the years of all of our beliefs, our stories about ourselves, opinion, like political agenda, like what do I think about myself, what do I like, what do I don't like all these things that we call I. When you say I am like this, I'm this kind of person, that's it, that's who I am. I'm this kind of person that do this. This is where we're talking about our box. And the box is a dead mechanism, which means it was there to serve us, to help us survive in the world. We had to build this box for ourselves to survive, but to really do something in the world, to connect to what our being is here for to do in the world, it's not gonna serve us. It's gonna keep us safe, it's gonna keep us very comfortable, it's gonna keep our existence, but our life, like what actually our life, not our existence, is not gonna serve us, this box. So if we have this survival strategy of a nice boy or a good girl box, it means that we're really important for us to, that's the way we feel safe, is to keep to everything neat, everything clean, we look good, everything is on time, we look pretty, we look nice, it's like our hair is organized. So especially if you're someone like this, it's gonna be a challenge for you to look bad, to do something on purpose to look bad. For example, for this video, at the beginning I thought I also have this box sometimes. I also have the other box, the bad boy box. But for this video, for example, it was hard for me to do it with like a pimple. Or with my hair like this. I could like spend some time to organize my hair, but I was like, let's just do it. That's actually my bad boy box. But it's like, it's challenging to not be neat, to not look good, to not come across as good. So here's a few experiments for you, especially if you have this kind of box, but I think everyone kind of have this box because we grew up in school, right? And in school we had to be good kids to survive school. So what we... Let's go. Keep filming, keep filming. Don't stop that. You see, my cameraman is a good girl box. I was gonna cross. I was gonna cross, but like, yeah, it's another, it's the boxing, but it's okay, you know, the order, like everything cannot be chaotic. We need to do things by the rules. And it's very interesting to observe. It's not good or bad, right? It's not, everyone has a survival strategy of some sort. And it's just interesting to observe. So one experiment you can do is this week, once a week, do this thing that make you look bad. Like get out of the house with your pants up outside, like your underwear outside, or with your hair like messy, or say this inappropriate thing over dinner. Go talk to someone and like just like if you're not shy, be shy, or if you're shy, try to come off as like over the top, just something that is not you, and then you can do all this experiment and it's kind of expand your box. So actually I have this story that if you are a good boy or a good girl, you have this, actually people that you admire, these people that are badass, these people that can do whatever they want, they don't care about the rules, something like that. And maybe if you have this other box, the bad boy box, maybe you kind of admire the people that are very organized and they get things over, like people want to work with them because they're very organized and stuff like that. So you can actually find the other box and do experiment like this to expand your box, like do the opposite thing on purpose. If you're afraid to look bad, just go and do a video of you like this, where everyone is like looking at you and you're all you're all weird, like what is this person is doing. Or go to your siblings or people that know you for a long time and they have a certain image of your box. They're like, I know who he is, and do something that it totally make you the opposite. Now be careful. A lot of people when they do this experiment, they still try to look good. I'm gonna do something wild that it's still gonna come across as good. So just for this experiment, try to really look bad in your life and see how fun it is. Like, actually, the spontaneous of life, the beauty of life is not to be this not to be this well-structured, like this organized thing, like a thing. You're not a thing, you're a being. A thing is something that it always looks good because you designed it like this. But your being, like who you actually are, is not designed for that. It's designed to be free and to be wild. Here's something. Game of Thrones. And try to, if you're watching this video, you can do this experiment of like, try this, just to look bad a little bit.
I'm thinking about these travel tips. I'm about to make my first video. Hello guys, this is Mariana. I'm from Mexico City and well, here we are in Amsterdam. This is my first time here. The best things that happen during solo trips and during life are the ones that are unexpected. Yeah, you cannot plan that. And to be honest, I'm always trying to control everything. To control what I wear, to control my makeup, to control yes, you know, the way I look, do I look fit, not so fit, but I think good things are not controllable, are not that planned. You can do things to reach the best experiences, but we just need to make the first step so the great things can happen.
And see how it feels. And let me know in the comments below. This was Dor, and share this video if you want. See you next time. That's what I mean, looking bad. Such a great moment. Thank you.
It feels nice, you know? Okay, I wanted something spontaneous, friends, but
I want to interview. How does it feel?
This was the most spontaneous thing that I've done during this whole trip, I think. I just feel like a little girl right now, and it feels good.
No, Neo! No! Yay! I feel joy. Look who's here. God, this production.